Hello, what's up, everybody? My first live, and I don't even remember the last time I did a live. The only reason I'm doing this live is because Mama made me. Just throwing that out now. I thought about it all day. Like the first one of these they ever did, the reveal, I think it was in 2020, 2021, right after the whole vid thing. I did a live when they announced the new bikes, and I've done it ever since, but I don't know, wasn't feeling it today. But we got new bikes coming, and hopefully I still remember how to do this whole live thing, and you guys will actually be able to see it right here. Hopefully it's working on Facebook and YouTube. Maybe Mama will go look and see if they're doing that. Who's here? See some comments. Oh, I probably can't even see them on here. Of course. All right. So are you guys excited for the 2026 models? I mean, I'll be honest. About everything that I usually see is just new paint colors, and, you know, Harley does a really great job of paint, but it's just paint. So I'm that guy that would rather buy 3 used bikes for 10 grand than 1 new bike for 30 grand. But that's just who I am. Is everything up, Ange? Are people commenting that I can't see? Maybe I should pull it up on my phone too. Terry, hi Terry. No, let's see. Aha! I can see some chats. Cool. Bill's here, Terry's here, and you're here. Hi, guys. All right. I don't know if this is going to just start playing or what. When it does, I'll pull it up, make it full screen. I'll get out of the picture because you're not here to see me. You're here to see the bikes. Chasing Adventures just popped in. What's up? How's the new bobber? Anyway, so if you go to the Harley Davidson website, they already have a bunch of the 2026s listed on there. Some of them have covers over them. So like I saw one that was like the Pan America, I think they called it the Limited or something like that. But it was covered. But they had 2 26 Pan Americas there. And they did that with a bunch of the touring bikes. So going to be a few. I think they've got a couple of the Ultras coming back. I think a lot of people were upset that they got rid of those. We'll just have to see. I don't know. I'm not good at guessing this stuff. I'm just, is it time? Let's play already. And then we can talk about it. Anybody here looking for a new 2026 Harley Davidson? You checked Facebook as well, Ange? So it's working on Facebook as well? All right. Hi, Facebook. Wow, it's been a long time. Like, I just feel out of place even doing this. It's 7 o'clock. Where is my... Get out of the way here in just a second. I already got like a 36-second countdown, so I'll hang out for that. No doubt, Jason. Rick Friesen definitely needs a new bag. Retire Goldilocks. All right, here we go.
These are the towns where steel meets sweat, where engines are born, not just built. These are the people, men and women, with proud hands, who carve a living and a legacy out of iron. This is the road that connects us, from small towns to wide horizons, from yesterday's legends to tomorrow's machines. This is Harley Davidson, born from our hands, built to ride anywhere.
Wow. Look at this incredible lineup of 2026 Harley Davidson motorcycles. They're stunning.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
Welcome to 2026.
Aren't they stunning?
Man, they are, aren't they? And it's beautiful to see them all together in one place.
It sure is. I love them.
So here it is, Bill. It's time. The model year 2026 motorcycles are starting to roll into dealers, and this is really, it's my favorite time of year when the new motorcycles start to come out. And just look at this array of bikes we have.
Amazing. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah, right?
Right? The bikes make a statement.
Yeah.
And it's something we can all be proud of as a motor company, because the pride and dedication that went into these, they're all deserving of that brand name on the fuel tank.
So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a deep dive into all of these motorcycles, from sport to cruiser to Grand American Touring to adventure touring. We're gonna bring in the experts. They're gonna talk about the technology and what's new. And then we're gonna go into the facilities. We're gonna go into Pilgrim Road, where we build the powertrains. We're gonna go to York, final assembly. We're gonna go to Tomahawk, where we see the paint and the bodywork get made. And we're gonna see the people behind the story and the people who work every day to make these motorcycles great.
I love it.
Hi, I'm Lynn. I work in flywheel machining. Before me, my parents both worked here. I've worked here 28 years. This is my daughter, Madison, and she's worked here about 4 years.
My mom definitely rode motorcycles. She would put me on the back of it. We'd go around the block. Everyone asked me, like, what do you do for a job? I say, I work at Harley. I'm proud of that. I really am.
If I'm at a stoplight, I'll ask the customer what year it is, and they tell, oh yeah, I probably worked on that motor. I probably did this on that bike.
I work in the heads department. I've been here for 26 years.
I mean, you see all these motorcycles on the road, and you know that you're a part of something big.
I used to make my kids do punch bug for Harleys when they were little. Get them to make sure they seal.
Honestly, this has been the best job I've had. Being able to see a motor that you worked on and seeing a customer's excitement, it fills you with a little gratification, just seeing them smile, and I love it. It don't get no better than that.
We love that we have this plant here in Wisconsin. This is where the heart and soul is of the Harley Davidson.
So Michael, in 2025, we introduced a lot of changes to the Softail models. Thinking about the Street Bob and the Heritage Classic and the Fat Boy, those bikes all went from 114 to 117, which is a nice bump up in displacement. And while they each have their own character visually and how they ride and what they look and feel like, the powertrain is also uniquely matched to those motorcycles and those customers.
Yeah, the powertrain is new. There's a lot of new in it, from the cylinder heads to the intake track. The performance that's delivered that you mentioned, we customize that performance to each vehicle's unique characteristic, right? The Classic, it's just a steady delivery of performance and power. The Custom is more refined, and it gives you a different torque curve, different power curve. But then the high output, it's actually our Screaming Eagle Stage 2 cam system, intake delivered in OE trim and provided to our customer, which really gives you that final bit of just performance that is gonna make you hang on.
All right, Michael, that's enough talk about these motorcycles sitting behind us. Let's go take a close look at them.
Absolutely.
So Michael, we were talking about the powertrains and the unique high output powertrain in this motorcycle, and there's that heavy breather.
Yep. That heavy breather is what really is part of that Stage 2 Screaming Eagle kit. It really allows that engine to breathe freely.
So combine that with the new ride modes, which are accessible right here at the handlebar, and you can basically wake up that powertrain in sport mode and really rip.
Yep.
You've got road mode, you've got rain mode, which you can see right here in the gauge, and all new instrumentation, all new LED headlight and turn signals. You've got an adjustable brake lever for different preferences there, and a lot of really nice features that tie in to make this really a fun motorcycle to ride.
How about the performance of that headlight? I mean, it is just jumping off the bike. We're trying to catch it with the powertrain, but we can't quite get there.
It is beautiful. And then you've got these custom motorcycles, the Breakout with a long stance and that fat rear tire, and then this icon, the Fat Boy.
Yeah, definitely an icon from the movies to right here on our stage. It has an impressive stance.
It has a presence, right?
Yep.
With its fat tires and the way that you sit in the motorcycle, it really puts you in a commanding position. And then you have these classic motorcycles. You get the Street Bob. Now with the 117, this thing is really fun to ride.
Yeah, definitely. It comes back to the vintage of Harley Davidson with that round look, but it's still modern and totally new in this 117 powertrain with a partially downdraft intake system, large throttle body, optimized intake ports. It really delivers sound, performance, and style.
And then you have the Heritage Classic. And this motorcycle really is the quintessential custom classic from Harley Davidson. From its laced wheels and removable windshield, the lockable, symmetrical saddlebags, and you've got that classic air cleaner.
Yeah, and talking about vintage, we still have a 1936 part number in the collar of that pushrod.
That's crazy to think about that, as well as wrapped up in all the technology of selectable ride modes, corner enhanced ABS and traction control, drag torque slip control, and these laced wheels with TPMS so you can know your tire pressure. It's all this technology wrapped in a very classic looking motorcycle.
So Paul, the 117 cylinder head is new in the Cruiser product. We start out with a brand new casting. The main feature difference is that we have changed the cooling core. It now has a serpentine cooling core that improves the oil cooling behavior of the cylinder head. In addition to that cooling benefit and the performance benefits that we get with it, we've also improved the intake track. It starts at the cylinder head, and we've really refined this shape to maximize the efficiency of the air delivery. Air doesn't like to turn corners, and so when you're turning that corner, you need to make it as accommodating as possible, and that's what we've done with this cylinder head casting and this very unique shape as the air comes in through the throttle body and turns into the cylinder head. From the springs to the valve seals, to the ports, to the cooling circuit, and even weight removal, which ultimately translates into vehicle performance. We have touched a lot of parts on this engine to deliver the 117. The Cruisers have 3 levels of performance delivery, but every cam that goes into every Milwaukee 8 engine is made right here at Pilgrim Road. This cell grinds cam profile shapes to 10,000ths of an inch. And that accuracy is required to deliver that smooth delivery of valve actuation such that we can extract every ounce of performance out of our engines and deliver it for our customers.
Well, without a doubt, these are the best performing Milwaukee 8, big twins that we've ever produced. Is a testament to all the employees at Harley Davidson, from the engineers and the designers to the folks that put these motorcycles together right here in Milwaukee, the Powertrain. Yep. They really take a lot of pride in their jobs, and what they produced. All this team together is a fantastic motorcycle.
Tomahawk, Wisconsin is a smaller town. A lot of family here. Years ago at the plant, you couldn't get in the doors there unless you were family. 23 years I've been working there and got to meet a lot of awesome people. All of us, we don't work in the same departments, but we all work together. Everything we do goes into each other. The part has to come to my line before it goes to like sometimes Lisa's, and Lisa's before mine. We might be in separate departments, but we're all one team here in Tomahawk. By American workers that are giving pride and their heart and soul into the bikes for people around the world that ride our bikes. That's the main thing I think people buy a Harley for. And by the looks of things, I'm losing at bowling.
Hey, Bjorn.
Hey, Paul. How's it
So
going?
we've got with us the model year 2026 Street Glide and Road Glide. And these bikes both have the Milwaukee 8 117, liquid-cooled, great performance, retuned suspension, and a lot of technology baked in with the Skyline OS 12.3-inch infotainment system. And it's all wrapped up in this beautiful bodywork.
Thanks, Paul. You know, as a design team, we're incredibly proud of this update to FLs. It really represents one of the single largest visual updates to the FL family in our history of Grand American Touring. When you have a product like this that's steeped in so much heritage, it's really an honor to be charged with bringing that into the future. If you look at this now, the twin headlight is gone, right? It's replaced with a horizontal LED.
Yeah, turn this on.
What was really important for us is to come up with a signature that is just instantly recognizable.
It really is beautiful. And then from the rider's point of view, you've got this beautiful infotainment touchscreen. So Skyline OS with a 12.3-inch screen, like you said, biggest in the industry for a touring motorcycle. It enables a lot of functionality where the rider can customize their view and get the information that they want, you know, first and foremost. Let's take a look at the Street Glide. I mean, even this angle right here strikes me as it's the new Batwing fairing.
This is one of the most iconic shapes in all of motorcycling.
Okay.
Everybody recognizes it coming down the road. You know, that was a really challenging task as a member of the design group, is how do we evolve an icon? You've got to find that delicate balance between recognizability and evolution. Thinking about all of the updates that went into this machine, from, you know, powertrain to suspension to chassis to infotainment, it was really important for us to have that bodywork kind of help convey the improvements that are in these FLs.
And I think when the lights are on, it's even more so accentuated.
Yeah, the new lighting system gave us the ability to run full LED turn signals, and we kind of wanted to have this almost like an opening wing. You know, it's reminiscent of like an eagle spreading its wing.
Not only is it a beautiful new design, instantly recognizable as the new Batwing, but it's also functionally improved aerodynamics over the prior generation fairing. There's even these little adjustable, you know, you call them willy wings?
Willy wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some heritage there as well. You know, these were, again, it's about giving the rider the ability to customize the comfort to their needs.
And the adjustable brake lever. It's a lot of design work done by riders for riders to give them these great motorcycles.
In 2026, America's turning 250, and the iconic Route 66 is turning 100. Both of these are important milestones that remind us who we are as riders and as a company. Harley-Davidson's always been about the long road, the journey, and the freedom for exploration. Paint and the story we tell every year is incredibly important. Paint has the ability to sort of ignite one's imagination. We're constantly evolving that story because our products are evolving with our customers. Every year our paint story starts with a simple idea, and that idea is, how does the rider feel when they see these colors and these motorcycles for the first time? And this year we're calling that feeling Infinite Horizons, and it's really rooted in touring and discovery and the freedom to explore your curiosity.
Gentlemen, behind these doors here is our plastic injection molding hall. It's way back in 1963. Harley-Davidson bought Tomahawk boat manufacturing to produce fiberglass components for our motorcycles. And so it started with that, and as you can see throughout the decades, As technology has advanced, we've embraced that, and now we have our own plastic injection molding hall that services the majority of our touring platform.
All right, guys, welcome to Tomahawk Harley Davidson in north central Wisconsin. Here we do injection molding, of course. We're the only proprietary molder in the corporation. We do painting and then some finesse work and then some minor assembly here at our two facilities. This is the raw plastic pellets that we have here in Tomahawk. We have 2 grades, and we go through about 80,000 pounds in 4 days of operations. What we're looking at is injection molding cell. These robots, what they do is all the finesse or edge prep work to the part and then the surface finish prep for the part to make it more paintable. That plastic has carbon powder in it, so we take that part and it can become conductive. When you see the paint approaching the part, if you watch close enough on the larger parts, it will speed up. The paint will literally change direction. The attraction, that electrostatic traction is so strong. Yes, it's super cool to watch.
So we're all suited up here in the paint shop at Tomahawk. You paint thousands of parts a day right here in this shop.
Yeah, we paint about 5,000 parts between the 6 paint lines. We use thermoset acrylic paints. So we catalyze our paints to kick them off, cross-link them so the paint sticks together. We'll do multiple passes here, base coats, top coats, clear coats. The operators do a lot of the fine sanding, the tuning in between. They mix the paint manually. Is very critical to the operations here to be successful.
When you see a fairing and you see a 2-tone or you see a 3-tone, you may think, oh, it's 3 tones, so there's 3 stages. And now it's exponential. It takes 9 steps to achieve that look.
Yeah.
Which just kind of speaks to the level of craftsmanship and technology that we have here, that we're able to do that as Harley Davidson, and no other manufacturer gets close to us on paint.
Hey Bjorn, first thing I gotta say is congratulations to you and the whole Harley Davidson factory team on winning the Moto America King of the Baggers Championship.
Thank you. Yeah, it's quite an accomplishment for the team and for the company, and we're really proud of it.
Well, and that wasn't the only championship that Harley Davidson won in Moto America. Harley Davidson also won the Super Hooligans Championship through Kyle Wyman Racing and James Rispoli.
Yeah, just prior to winning the Bagger Championship, James Rispoli went out and won the Super Hooligan National Championship on a Pan America, which was a great run on his part to take the championship. Just exciting racing all year, and exciting racing, dominated by Harley Davidson Pan Americas, winning all 10 races.
Kind of crazy to think about that. Harley Davidson racers won all 10 races and swept how many podium positions in the season?
Wound up sweeping 7 podiums completely, and never worse than a 1-2.
Wow, that is something else. And when you think about when the Revolution Max platform debuted in 2021 as an adventure bike and a cruiser, who would have thought that it would also make a great road racer?
Yeah, it is hard to believe. I think people would not necessarily equate a adventure touring bike to a race bike, but I don't think people equate baggers to race bike at the beginning either, and they do now.
Yeah, right. And we know we started off with the Pan America 1250 Special as an award-winning adventure touring motorcycle. It does a lot of things well. And there's a new variant in Pan America that was launched in 2025, the Pan America 1250 ST.
Yeah, to go from the 1250 to the ST, they're really, we started with such a capable motorcycle, but it had to go off-road. And so to go off-road, you got to make it taller. You have to give it more travel. You have to give it some different tires and bigger wheels to do so. But in the end, it doesn't take much to go back to the road and really accentuate what that is. And putting on, 17-inch wheels and some sporty tires and bringing the suspension down a little bit, still giving it plenty of travel for comfort, but bringing it down to make the bike more composed, tighten it up a little bit, really makes for a street weapon that you can tour on as well.
It really does, yeah. And you think about it, they are tall motorcycles. Adaptive ride height helps fit more people because it brings that suspension down when you come to a stop. It's a great technology on both the Pan America models.
Adaptive ride height is I think one of the most innovative things that we've brought out in the last few years, and it really makes the world of adventure touring bikes and taller bikes more accessible to so many people.
Well, let's talk about the Sportster S. So here you have a different end of the spectrum. That's not a tall motorcycle. This is a slammed, really aggressive custom motorcycle, and uses a different variant of the Revolution Max powertrain. It's the 1250T.
Yeah, so then, you know, you move down the line to the Sportster S, and it's just much more that brutal power cruiser, really aggressive, and another way to take that motor and really highlight how diverse it is and also how high performance it is.
That's the Sportster S, and then we have the Nightster and the Nightster Special, and that has a 975cc version of the Revolution Max, but has its own character.
Yeah, the Nightster is kind of more that traditional cruiser, but with that 975, I think it gives it a much more engaging, you know, you put that 975 in this cruiser, and it makes you want to twist the throttle.
Yeah, it does a lot of things, and it's a great price point at $99.99.
It's hard to think that you can get all of what that bike contains for that price.
Yeah, for less than $10,000, it provides a lot of performance.
Absolutely.
Well, Bjorn, thanks for coming. Congratulations again on your championship and a great racing season. And we know that you got a lot of work to do in the off season. We know you'll be back there defending that #1 plate.
We absolutely will. We're not done yet.
All right. So, John, how many years have you been working at Harley Davidson?
In 2 weeks, it's going to be 31 years.
31 years?
31 years of proudly building Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Man.
Love it. Love it.
Ruben, how long have you been with Harley?
I started in 2013. I also brought my son aboard. My son works in Harley now. Harley actually sent him to school to train to become a welder.
Wow.
Yes.
How cool.
Yes. And he's proud now. He's proud.
Yeah, and they're training him. He's learning a skill, and he's an American craftsman.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they're heirlooms, right? These oftentimes these motorcycles get passed from generation to generation. They stay in the family. You know, you don't see Harleys at junkyards.
Nope.
And these things, I mean, they're forever machines.
They are. You go to rallies and you talk to people.
Yeah.
You tell them you work at the York, Pennsylvania factory. They're like, "You work at the factory where I got my bike from?"
What does that mean to the people that are here, the men and women who are here, putting these motorcycles together, assembling these motorcycles right here in York, Pennsylvania? What does it mean to them to be part of the fabric of America?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, out of all the companies that are out there, and as iconic as a Harley Davidson is, yeah, it's hard to put into words.
I could tell you one thing. We drive on the highway. If we go on a family trip, my kids see a Harley truck go by, they say, "Dad, did you build that one?"
See, I don't have kids, so I never had that opportunity.
I see your kid out there.
Well, yeah, I got that. And then there's one in the garage. You know, there's another one in the garage.
Yeah.
This is where fabrication starts with the frame. It starts with the VIN on the frame, and then the motor gets an EIN, engine identification number, so that way it's matched. And that's the birth certificate of the motorcycle. This is our fuel tank area. Yeah. These are finished raw fuel tanks that are going into our phosphate E-coat system to be E-coated to go into our paint shop to start painting solids, two-tones, whatever our paint scheduling system's calling for.
My name is Tina Yetter. I'm a 28-year employee at Harley Davidson in the paint shop.
Jim Mitchell, 15 years in the paint shop.
We paint tanks and fenders. We pinstripe those tanks. We apply wet slide, and we apply masking to enable a two-tone part, and then out to the buff area where they are inspected and polished.
Quality is a big deal in the paint shop. Everything is looked at 2, 3, 4 times.
We met in the paint shop, actually. One thing led to another, and he asked me on a date, and it wasn't long after that we were married.
Best thing that ever happened to me. It's all right to work at Harley with your wife, but you might not want to work on the same exact job with your wife.
Aww.
This is the frame that we seen get loaded raw, went through phosphate, got painted, came down right here in the paint marketplace, and it actually did the laser VIN, which is the vehicle identification number. As you see this operator right here, he's gonna deck that motor into that frame.
Wow. Just like that.
The next step, just like that.
Just like that, you got a motor and a frame. Every one of these stations is roll test.
These are all roll test booths.
And they're a stationary dyno, basically.
That's correct.
Basically riding it from...
You are basically riding the bike. They will go through all the gears, check functions like headlights, turn signals, horn, brakes, certainly, feeling for any vibrations, tires balanced.
Yeah. So if you're a roll tester, you're riding a motorcycle.
All you do for a living is ride a motorcycle.
So every bike that gets built on the line, they come through here. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. You know, you get to build something that, you know, people buy. Seeing other people enjoy them is the best part, you know what I mean? Spend your hard-earned money and then get to enjoy a nice product. I have a cousin that works here, and then my dad and my grandpa.
So what year did your grandpa first start working for Harley Davidson? You know?
Pretty sure it's 1969.
So it's pretty cool. It's so cool. Yeah. All right, so here we are at the finish line.
Absolutely. This is a road glide that has been completed. So came offline, went through final assessment. And right now they are lifting up that road glide to go on our VDS conveyor. And that is one piece of freedom going out to our customer. Exporting freedom every day.
I love it. Someone gets a brand new Harley.
Yes, absolutely.
So here we are at Ukes Harley Davidson in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This is where the magic happens. This is where a customer walks through the door and falls in love with a Harley Davidson motorcycle.
What an amazing dealership this one happens to be. 95 years in the business. This is where the product ends up and the customers come through the front doors and they make it all happen. The dealers are amazing.
Yeah.
We've both had the experiences of being at a dealership where you meet somebody that's just bought a motorcycle and they're so excited to get it out the door, to throw a leg over it and go put some miles on it, to many, many new adventures and experiences that only Harley Davidson can deliver.
Well, Bill, we've learned a lot about the model year 2026 Harley Davidson motorcycle lineup, but there's more. We'll be back in January with Chapter 2, where we'll see the new Limiteds and an all-new redesigned Trek platform.
And I heard there might be a few other surprises.
For sure.
That's gonna be so exciting.
All right. Well, I'm not thrilled with the ending. That was kind of a letdown. So yes, Chasing Adventures, that was it. What was new? Nothing. There was nothing new that I saw. Some new colors. So here's what I took from that. They've got a big focus on making sure that you realize that they're built in the USA. They showed you all the plants, talked to people that have worked there for years and years. They're, relying on that history and the nostalgia and, them being Harley Davidson. So, that's, I guess, a good turn to focus on because, that's what's sold the bike for years and years. But, yeah, so I'm with you on that, Chase. I didn't see anything that was like new. They spent 35 minutes basically reintroducing us to all the bikes that they had already with some new paint schemes. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see something new in January, which is when they normally release their bikes anyway. I know last year they announced they wanted to release the bikes like they used to. Back in the day, they used to release them in like, I don't know, was it September, October, somewhere in there. I know they want to go back to that, but yeah, that was just, here's the same models we had last year. We got new paint, and I guess that'll get them into the dealerships faster. My only question is, would you wait? Like, would you wait to see what else is coming before you went and bought a new one? I mean, I would think that if I were buying a new one, I would probably have to wait and see if there's something coming out that I really want. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anywho, that's it, guys. That was the premiere. Wah, wah, wah. The factory stuff was cool, but I was waiting for at least a model teaser or something. Well, I agree. The factory stuff was cool, and I've been to one of the factories in Wisconsin, the Ukes Harley Davidson. I've been there. I mean, that's the one thing about Harley Davidson dealerships. They have a lot of really cool ones. If you ever get up to the Wisconsin area, you've got to go to Doc's Harley Davidson. It is the coolest dealership I've ever been to. They have a petting zoo. They have a museum. It's freaking cool. Doesn't matter what you ride, you got to go check out Doc's. But that's it, guys. The end. I guess in January we'll do this again and see if they release anything new. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching the premiere. And you guys don't forget, we are giving away a 99 Harley Davidson Fat Boy to raise money for the Wrecked Rider Fund. Tickets are $25, or you can get 5 for $100. And all the money, 100% of it goes to Wrecked Riders. So we have no payroll, we have no expenses. Literally, it goes to Wrecked Riders. So if you can, get yourself a ticket. Buy a ticket for somebody for Christmas. Maybe on January 1st when we pull their name, that's your Christmas present to them. Anyway, go to supportbikers.com and get your tickets today. Anyway, we will see you all later. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great night. How do you shut this off?